When I say Agra, does a Marvel dope come up in your mind? It's okay. Mine did too. For 15 years, the Taj Mahal is the only story I told about my hometown. Eh, mm, 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 mm. That was Bhagat, a traditional folk theatre form from Agra which is nearly 400 years old. Now, forgotten. That was a doozy. An intricate gold embroidery once worn by anchors. Now, surviving in the hands of the few. That is Tetha, a sweet dish born in the royal kitchens. Now infamous in the streets of Agra. This is also Agra. I just never bothered to see it. Hi, I'm a pool bar from the city of the Taj. That's the line I rattled off on a phone call one afternoon. My grandfather, my Baba, who was sitting next to me, folded his newspaper, peered on the rim of his glasses and asked, "Only the Taj? Not the city of Bhagat, not the city of Zardozi or the city of Peta? But that's how everyone recognizes Agra," I argued. Baba closed his newspaper, set it aside and said, "Come, I want to show you something." We walked the same lane that I taken to school for years and stopped in front of this big door which I never really noticed. Baba pushed it open. Inside was the doozy shop. The walls were lined up with photographs of prime ministers, European queens, movie stars, artists, basically everyone who had come to this place just to admire its art. They had exhibition of the most famous works, one of which took 10 years to make. 10 years! There were wall hangings, purses, little embroidery panels, all made with this detailed shimmering work. It was beautiful. And then we stepped into the courtyard. And there sat a cluster of tigers, bent over their frame, working with this focused silence. It felt like stepping into a different court. But next morning, that same day did feel so empty anymore. After that, my Baba kept taking me on these short walks, opening door after another. And with each door he opened, Agra opened a little wider in my back. I realized I took pride in one history instead of the many that existed around me. Wanting to preserve and share these adventures, I started an Instagram blog, Hakke History. Now, this obsession of mine with exploring the hidden histories of places slowly started spreading to my friends and family as well. So now, every time when we're off exploring some hidden nook of the world, they too look for ways to watch a Yakshagana dance in Karnataka or walk across the living root bridges in Meghalaya, exploring with me personal stories intertwined with the rural, tribal, and urban corners of the country, as that offers us a unique glimpse into our history that often goes unnoticed. क्योंकि मेरे लिए कहानियों से नजरिया बदलते हैं और नजरिया बदलने से दुनिया बदल दी. And this did to stay with my friends and family. Slowly, the followers of my Instagram page started texting me. They started texting me the Hakke histories of their cities, from little known stories to old landmarks, what they wish more people knew about their hometowns. And while I keep talking about Agra right now, this could be Gopa. It could be Chennai, Hyderabad, Delhi, Jaipur, wherever you're from. Because we all do it. We all sum up entire cities into one phrase. Cultural city, smart city, party city, pink city. But the second you look past the obvious, a different city starts to appear. One with layers. One with history that feels like ours. And one just like the version of Agra that I felt. And I really think your city has one too. Because when you start looking for those hidden stories, you stop being just a visitor in your hometown. You begin to rewrite its script, reshaping the narrative of who you are or what your place in that story really means. I have a quick question to ask all of you. How many of you here are from Bangalore? What is your raise of hands? Well, that's a lot. But I'm sure most of you would have been to the Cubbon Park on the weekends, maybe for a night stroll. But chances are most of you wouldn't have seen that octagonal shaped bandstand that's tucked away in the center of the park. Well, turns out that same old bandstand back in the early 1900s was the place to be. Every Saturday evening, bands would come here and perform live. Families would gather under the trees, and the whole park would come alive with the sounds of percussion. Yeah, Bangalore's own Cubbon Park was one of its first performance spaces. And talking about places that have stood the test of time, I'm sure most of you would have been to the Chip Pet Market here in Bangalore. I know I had. But have you ever noticed how every name specializes in its own craft? From bangles to saris to flowers, you name it. And turns out, that's not by accident. Chickpet is actually one of Bangalore's oldest trading hubs because back in the early 1500s, the whole city was planned as a grid of markets, each one called a pete, which specialized in its own craft, a tradition that's still alive today. And this isn't just Chickpet or Cubbon Park. It's everywhere when you pause. Because when you look a little closer, you'll realize that every corner of this city, of your city, is holding a story that it's dying to tell you. So go, walk your road streets, and ask, what's your city's Taj Mahal? The one everyone talks about. And what's the one that they've forgotten? The one that only you know about. So you too can discover the hut in your city.